Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Your boy Wildcard Martin back in the building with another episode of I.O.W. Sports. Hey, man, I'm excited because as we record this, we got some breaking news. As we talk about this team, as we preview them for the 2024 NFL season, in order to talk about him, I got to guess. He's part of the Bang Bang Niner gang. You'll see who it is. But let's get down to business. Let's talk football. Yes, sir. What's happening? Your boy Wildcard Martin back in the building, and we are here with another episode of I.O.W. Sports Show, and we are trying to preview all 32 teams right ahead of the 2024 NFL season. Hopefully, we get them all. If not, it is what it is. But y'all know the deal. Sometimes we ain't got to talk about certain teams. Certain teams are just straight booty juice, but this team ain't. And we talking about the Bang Bang Niner gang. In order to talk faithful to the Bay, I gotta bring my man, the one and only Clubber D, to the building. What's happening with you, my boy?
Booyaka, booyaka, booyaka. What's cracking? You know, I thought in the intro I was gonna see a bunch of Pat Mahomes and Kelsey holding up the Lombardi, making me feel sad and angry again. I just don't want to, but it's all good. I'm here ready to rock and roll.
Nah, I'm not gonna throw that in your face, man. I mean, it's I do that on my own personal Chiefs show. I'm not gonna do it on my on the actual I.O.W. Sports Show, because people get sick of me. They be like, "Man, I'm about tired of you and your funky ass Chiefs." I'm like, "Man, let me live." Like, I had to endure, almost 30 something plus years of just. Never mind. Anyway,
no, I know. I trust my guy. I got two close friends, my homeboy Dale the Snail and my boy Eric. They diehard Chiefs fan, and I know where they were like us back in, like, y'all growing up. Besides Montana, y'all were similar to us when we had like Cody Pickett and Tim Rattay, and people like that. JT O'Sullivan as quarterback. So I know how it feels.
Gravy. I know how it feels. It wasn't always gravy. I keep trying to tell people, like, it wasn't always gravy being a Chiefs fan, but that's besides the point. Clubber D, man, before we get started and talk the Bang Bang Niner game, man, why don't you drop your socials where the people can make sure that they can go and support all the great content that you drop, my brother? Go ahead.
So I do a lot of combat stuff with my man Omar from Ball and Buds. You can catch us on Ball and Buds. I do have a Twitter page. I'm sorry, not a Twitter page, but a TikTok page, which I will tell you here in a second because I never remember that bad boy. But you can get us on IG at Ball and Buds. We got a couple. I did a couple interviews with some guys from 86 Boxing. We did the coach from for Regis Pro Grace and Michaela Mayer. She hopped in on an interview. We've been doing some up and coming boxers in the area. Soon I'll be interviewing some MMA guys. So yeah, it's popping over here with the combat sports stuff.
That's what's up. So y'all make sure y'all tap in with my guy Clubber D. Him and Omar, they be doing it at Ball and Buzz Sports Entertainment. And sometimes Clubber D might even sneak his way on to the Bottom Line Sports. So that's why you always keep an eye out for my man Clubber D, man.
I'm on the ban list over there. I'm on the ban list, I think. Everyone on the ban list. They got me like marked it. Like, I can't have that guy. I think
now you know what it is because Flo ain't trying to have too much Bang Bang Niner game going on over there. Mr. Cowboy and all.
Bottom line Cowboys. Ain't that's the only news you see over there. But Jake be hating too now. Nah, shout out to them. They're good people. They're good peoples. My man Canteen over there chilling with the Hennessy and a seed spitting.
Oh, Joseph boy, he country as hell. But let's get to it, man. As we record this, literally probably 20, 25 minutes before we got together, the news finally broke. BA signed, bro. Brandon Ayuk signed 4 years, $120 million, so $30 million a year. I can see the specifics. I think a lot of that stuff about to get ironed out and released in a minute. But go ahead, man. You gotta be relieved, bro. Like, this is like long overdue. Like, damn.
Yes and no, because I think it's 76 guaranteed out of that 120. When I was younger, I always got into the whole thing of behind the players. Hey, you gotta do this, as if I'm getting the money. Now that I'm older, living through the T.O. saga, getting traded to the Eagles for Brandon Witten and nobody. So at this age, we had him on the 5th-year contract. Okay, he either could play that or get fined. There is no other thing. They were nice enough to say, hey, you know what? We'll trade you, but you get to pick the team and the compensations to your liking. Now it came out that the Patriots are going to pay him more money than this. The Browns, which was a good deal, I actually wanted that trade for Amari Cooper, a 2nd and a 5th. And they think they're going to pay him like well into the 30 millions a year. But, I got me personally in the mindset of, yes, he's going to sign. I thought he was going to sign because he really had no leverage. But I just know that Debo's gone. Debo's gone, or somebody's going to be gone next year. There's no way they can afford everybody. You got to pay Brock. You got to pay Aaron Brooks. You got to pay they probably can, maybe franchise Hufanga or somebody like that. But, the real thing for me is Trent Williams. That is the real anchor who we need for us to succeed, okay? People can say what you want to say about Brock. He's X, Y, and Z. But look at his playoff record and look at his record overall. He's one of the best quarterbacks we've had and the first Pro Bowl quarterback we had since Jeff Garcia. And his first 4 years starting, he set the Niners record in yards a season. So people can follow what they hear from Cam Newton and follow other headline stuff instead of actually watching the games, So we got to pay him next year. So that's another thing we got to worry about.
So that brings me up to my next question, Clubber D. So Brandon Ayuk is one domino down, but I'm like you. I've been at the top of my I.O.W. mountain trying to get everybody to listen. Be like, look, 49ers can survive without Brandon Ayuk.
Yep,
they can't survive with that gorilla at the left tackle, bro. Give a shit. Talk about it, man. And how important he is to the whole engine.
So. My issue with the Niners front office, and this is the difference between some people that are just, I was going to say something else, but swallowers of their fan base. Some people were just like, oh, no, we're good. We'll do X, Y, and Z. No. The Niners front office have been so missed with their draft picks, okay? You wasted a 3rd round on a kicker who can't make a field goal in the Super Bowl or against the Browns, make us lose the game. On a rookie kicker, you waste another 3rd. Same year, waste a 3rd on Cam Latu out of Alabama, tight end that we did not need, who we've already cut. We cut him and Braden Willis, 2 tight ends from the same draft class in 2023. We did not address the tackle. We did not address the center. That's the problem with the Niners. You have all these mid-round picks. The Trey Lance thing was probably going to go down as one of the top 5 worst trades ever. Hands down, okay. Yeah. I'll say it and state it. So with that being said, you never thought about getting a backup for Trent Williams, even somebody you can develop. They just didn't do that. So it's like now you're in a position where they might hire me. Okay, I might suit up. Okay, because they got nobody over there. You got. Who's over there?
Make sure you get your bread, dog. Make sure you get your bread.
Yeah, I'm 42 years old. They push me. I'm suing somebody. Those days are over. I'm suing your ass, goddamn.
Hey, but get your bread, dog. Get your bread, dog.
I'll give him a little something.
No, I'm not. So I like John Lynch. It's just that I gotta agree with you. Like, obviously. He admits it in the media, like, hey, yeah, we missed on the Trey Lance thing. Yeah. You just got to eat that. And that's I think what gets covered up on his misses is that he's also been able to hit So he misses in the draft, but for some reason he hits in trades, and I think that's what's been covering him, and been able to keep his job, because he may miss in the draft, but for some reason the trades have always worked out for him. I mean, the Chase Young worked out for you guys. He's no longer there, but for the point in time, it worked for you guys. The CMC trade paid dividends. So kind of speak on that. Do you think that certain trades have been kind of extending his leash? Because I mean, if you go and buy the draft, you like, bro, you should have been out of here a minute ago.
The thing about it with John Lynch and them in the front office, and they're hit or miss, but their issue is first round draft picks. Okay, that's their issue. They Mike McGlinchey, Reuben Foster, Javon Kinlaw. A lot of these guys, Ricky Pearsall, who we drafted this year, who's hurt. He got a shoulder problem. We haven't seen him yet. I don't know if it's an SEC thing or whatever, but they're not good in the first round. Now you've got Brandon Ayuk, yes, but first, second round, third round, but we get a Kittle in the fifth round. We get Hufanga in the fifth or sixth round. We get Fred Warner in the fifth or sixth round. So Brock Purdy, the last pick of the draft. So he's gotten some value pieces in the draft later. That's a scouting department. But when it comes to these early picks, man, come on, bro. Like,
what they're doing, dog.
It's like, throw it up in the air. We don't care. Just, but I'm just happy. Like Pooney, that's our second round pick. He's probably going to start at guard. He's looked real good. I'm happy about that. Aaron Banks, who we got a couple years ago, he's our guard next to Trent Williams. He's panned out pretty well. So it's hit or miss, but when it comes to these high profile, like first round picks, I don't know what first round and even first and third, he can't do first and third. Just trade those away.
Yeah. Just trade your first and second and thirds away and just pile up on fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. That's what it's
pretty much. Pretty much.
Which is wild. Now I'm not saying it just ain't me clever. All right. It's starting to be some chatter. And Cowboys fans saying it. They're saying, well, y'all look at us, we ain't won since the early 90s. Well, y'all keep getting there and keep coming up short. So
they won a Super Bowl the year after us. So they have the bragging rights of saying they won the close Super Bowl. Yeah, but you gotta put it like this. Trying to think of a good analogy in basketball. So let's just say the Celtics, if they would have lost this year, okay, if they didn't win, but they kept on getting right there and not winning, would the Washington Wizards be qualified to talk shit about them?
Oh, absolutely not.
Then they can shut the fuck up because they haven't done shit. What have they done? Okay, Cowboys can say, oh, well, you guys haven't won and da 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 da. You haven't got past the first. When's the last time y'all been to the NFC Championship game? Okay. All you guys do is say, well, this maybe next year. Well, maybe this. You don't. The problem with the Cowboys fans, and not all, but just some, you don't want to blame Jerry for being a GM, okay? Because he does some bonehead stuff.
He does.
You don't want to. You're scared to criticize him. It's like these people that are hardcore politicians or fans of politicians. They're like, oh, whatever Newsmax says or Fox says or whatever CNN says, they go by that instead of using their common sense. Like, you know what? Damn. Why do we need we might want to change this. We might want to tell Micah he should stay where he's at. You know what I'm saying? Or, they weren't look within before you judge others. Okay. Because y'all ain't done nothing great. Okay. You blame. I mean, last time I checked, the Packers were still scoring. So shut the hell
up. But let's talk on that though. How frustrating is it that you guys keep getting on the precipice? You're there at 2 Super Bowls in the last 5 years, and
three times in my life, I almost punched somebody, and they weren't even in the room with me. You know what I'm saying? I was about to just punch the wall. Like, it's weird how this stuff works, okay? Because Super Bowl against the Ravens, the blackout, whatever, we came back.
Yeah.
A call that was called pass interference when you guys played the Eagles was ignored against Crabtree on the last play, which is wild. And I've told you before, you're a realistic fan. You're not one of those fans like, oh no. You know when you call spade a spade. You know when something's funny. But hey, I'm not knocking because it happens on both sides at times. The first Super Bowl against the Chiefs, when we had y'all 3rd and 10, and when they hit that 40-yard bomb to Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
And Bosa was just pulled down in front of Mahomes.
Yeah, no, he
was.
When
they didn't call that, and I said, "Oh, here we go." I said, "We're gonna lose this. We're gonna lose this. We are gonna lose." Yeah, I knew that
momentum of that game too.
It switched. It totally switched because Shanahan has not learned. Like even when we lost to the Rams, okay, you could say the refs. Yes, the refs do play a part, and there are you guys 3 wins. You never had an offensive holding call. That's a fact. You know, and Trent Williams had one, which was big 3rd down for us, but. Still, Shanahan should run the ball. He should have ran the ball against you guys. Okay, if Spencer Burford didn't make his block and you leave Chris Jones a free run at Brock Purdy, that would have been a touchdown in overtime. You know what I'm saying? But that's mental stuff. But Shanahan, you got to look at him like, come on, bro. Like, there's lightning right now. So I'm talking about Shanahan now. I'm getting lightning. The problem. I don't know if you can hear that shit, but that's the problem. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, it's just the refs. No, it's coaching. Okay, you let Steve Wilkes go into he went out of press. He's basically giving everybody 5-10 yards, and just if you give Mahomes 3 yards, he's gonna carve you up. He's the GOAT right now. So that's why Kelsey went 10 for 10 in the second half. You know, so that's on coaching. That's 100% on coaching. And it's the 2 Super Bowls were tough, but this last one going to overtime. Yeah. Oh man, that hurt my soul. That one hurt.
I hear you.
Swiggle somebody.
I hear you. So let's stay on that topic of coaching. I think Kyle Shanahan is a phenomenal coach. But with the numerous of, like you said, just kind of mental errors and kind of just letdowns in some of these big moments that you guys have been in the last few years, are you willing to kind of wait it out a couple of more years, or are you one of those 49ers fans where you're like, hey, bro, you keep coming up to this glass ceiling and you ain't breaking through, bro. Like TikTok, TikTok.
So it's one of those things like this. For like a lot of Niner fans that say that now, I don't think they were alive to be coherent in the early 2000s. We were god awful. Like when your team sucks. When you're like, just in Cowboys talking shit, when you have like Vince Testaverde being your quarterback, Quincy Carter, people like that, when you have that level, you don't want to go back to that. Okay. If Shanahan's going to keep us afloat and barely get over the hump, almost get over the hump, he's eventually going to break through. I think he is going to. I don't know when. I'm not going to say it's going to be this year, but I think he will break through. And you don't want to be the Eagles when you see Andy Reid having all the success after he left you guys. So I would hate to see that. Like he finally gets it together because he's still a young man. He's only maybe 41, 42. He's not that old. So he's not that old. So it's like you could be I could be an Eagle fan, even though they did get Super Bowl. Good kudos to them. But it's like, how do they feel seeing Andy Reid getting so much success right now in Kansas City?
True.
And now your head coach, who brought y'all somewhere, and then you booted him out because you guys were mad you didn't get over the hump. Being relevant in NFL means a lot. Okay, it means a lot. And when you stop being relevant, you become, a bottom dweller. What do you think a Colts fan would do to be a Niner fan? Like have their team have success like the Niners or Washington Commanders, where I live up here. They would die to have their team to be, at this level. So, or even the Jets fan. But it's
just fans better take whatever the hell they can get.
Exactly. Like you have Mark Sanchez, so it's like you want to be relevant, you want to have a good team. So a part of me is like, I can't say, oh, get his ass up out of here because I know it's going to happen. So
true.
I'd rather just ride it out.
I hear you. Let's talk about division right now. NFC West. There was a point in time where the NFC West was probably one of the most toughest divisions out there. I still think that it's still a very good division. I don't think it's. I think it's about midway, about middle of the pack of the NFL. You're not the AFC West. Trust me, the Chiefs were in a terrible division. No, it's terrible. But I think you guys are in a division enough that if you guys go to sleep, one of those 2 teams, whether it's Rams or Seahawks, might get you. So kind of speak on the division as a whole, NFC West.
It's wild you say that because I was actually talking to my homeboy about this, and I was saying how it's so weird the NFC West fluctuates. Years ago when Seattle was dominating, that division was god awful. It was trash. Like they had a division locked up in 7 games type stuff. And but now, we got us. I personally think the Rams, I can't name 2 people on our defense. offense, they're getting there, but they need a quarterback because Stafford. I think Stafford's kind of he's on decline. I think they'll be decent this year.
Yeah.
Now Seattle, you just don't know what you're getting out of Seattle, though. That's the Cardinals. They're about 2 years away. I like what they're doing. I'm not a big Kyler Murray fan, but I think if that coach has another losing season, they're probably going to fire him and start over. But they do have weapons with Harrison, Marvin Harrison's son, and McBride, the tight end. So they do have some weapons there. But Seattle, you just don't know what you're going to get out of Geno Smith, okay? He can turn into old school Geno, or he could be, okay, hey, you know what? I got 3 good receivers. Let me give them the ball. I got a decent running back. Seattle's the wild card to me, no pun intended. That's my wild card for the NFC West. With us not having Trent and having all this little turmoil, Bosa didn't sign until September 6th last year, and he had a subpar season. Who knows what type of shape I.O.W is in? Who knows what type of shape Trent Williams is in? So if Trent eventually comes back, is he going to be a factor for the first 4 or 5 weeks? And we're slow starters, so that gives either one of those teams that have room to grow. So I think we should win a division, but it's not going to be we might go 7-1 like we did last year. I don't think it's going to be like one of those. I think we'll probably split with at least 2 teams. About 2 of the teams we'll split with.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if y'all split with LA and Seattle. I wouldn't be surprised.
LA, I don't know. Well, only reason I'm saying this is because last year they beat us the last game of the season, and that was the first time McVay beat us in like 3 or 4 years.
Oh yeah. He has
crazy.
He has a tough time against Shanahan.
And what's wild is Carson Wentz is undefeated against the Niners. So when they started Carson Wentz, I thought, we losing this game. he's like Mahomes. I told somebody one time, I said, look, if Mahomes can play us and touch, tackle, pickleball, Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, it don't matter. He'll beat us. He's one of those. He's like Kurt Warner to me growing up. Like I hated Kurt Warner. I hated Jim Streets. I knew it was an ass whooping weight. Just like Russell Wilson, I hate his ass because I know it's an ass whooping weight when we played him. So Mahomes has surpassed that. Like I already know. I don't even. If we beat y'all in the regular season, it's a catch-22 because it's gonna be like, oh, you can't do the Super Bowl. They're like, let us get a win. Okay, let me get one. Let me get something before you come out.
Let me live.
But Mahomes, I don't care. He's gonna be undefeated against the Niners. I'm just saying that,
oh man,
can't beat him. He's too good. I'm a fan.
I'm gonna put you on the spot, Club. I didn't ask this question to everybody every time I talk with them about their team.
Mm-hmm.
Rank the division, NFC West. Who's winning the division? Who's coming in second, third, and who's bringing up the rear and fourth?
I got Niners. I got that second's tough.
I know, right? It's a coin toss right there.
Ooh. I'm gonna go with Seattle over the Rams, and I probably regret that. But then it's because the Rams' defense is awful. Their defense is trash. It's not good.
Here's the thing: you lose Aaron Donald, who the hell is replacing that production?
Exactly.
But look. That's the only reason why I'm down on the Rams this year is because so much to feel on the defensive side once 99 retire. He alleviates half your problems on defense by himself.
I had nightmares about that, man. I hated playing him. Like he would dominate our crappy line back in the day. So retire, get up out of here. Get to going. Get to go.
I'll see you at Canton, but
yeah. You'll be there in 5. You might get 4 years. You might be there in 4 years. You never know. But it's just their defense is very young, and I don't really. If you look at it like this, if you say Seattle doesn't have defense, but I think Seattle has more weapons on offense to where they can put up the numbers to compensate for the lack of having a great defense.
Yeah. Besides
Puka and Cooper Kupp, you don't know what Blake Corum's going to do. You don't. Kyrie Williams. Maybe okay, so it's hit or miss. So I that's why I'm putting the about to say Supersonics, Seahawks over at second, and then I got Arizona. Arizona's probably gonna get maybe 5 to 6 wins this year. I don't think they're gonna. I mean, they're still young. They're very young. I mean, they could be that surprise team in the NFL. I just don't see it. But I think they're about maybe 2 years away from being where they need to be.
Yeah, I mean they're at the beginning of their rebuild where they got like you said, not only just being young, but they got to get some more talent in there. I mean, especially in this division. Here's my thing. I don't know how the hell y'all managed to keep everybody paid in this damn building, bro. Like,
it's like the Rams, man. Like when the Rams were signing everybody, you know, and we're gonna be screwed in about 2 or 3 after we sign Brock. Well, we're done. We got to sign Brock next year and Aaron Banks, which I doubt we will. Hufanga also, Diamond Lenore, who's our nickel corner, who wanted to play nickel against you guys with Sam Wilkes and will listen. So what happened? We're at he's due next year. So if the money is thin. That's why I said Debo's probably gone next year, or somebody's not gonna be on the team next year. One of the big guys are not gonna be there, or they're taking a massive pay cut.
Debo has 2 years left on that deal. 2 years left.
He's a good gadget guy, but Ayuk's a way better receiver. It's not even.
It's weird because Debo can do a lot for you guys in Shanahan's offense. He does a lot for Shanahan's offense. The only thing that kills me with Debo is sometimes, you know, how physical he is, it breaks his body down, and he's getting older. So as we see this wide receiver market going up, man, you just got $30 million a year. How do you expect to pay Debo what CeeDee Lamb and Justin Jefferson at $35 million a year? I can't justify that. And I love Debo, and it's not a knock on him. It's just that I got to look at this business wise. Like, bro, I don't know if I can reach out in my pocket and give you $35 million a year.
We paid him last year, and he held out a little bit, and then he got his bread. He came in out of shape this year. I mean, this past year, we won the Super Bowl. Yeah. He had that remarkable, was it 2020? I think it was 2021 season when he was just amazing. And then Shanahan forgot about him in the second half against the Rams MC Championship game. We won't talk about that. But when Debo wants to be on, he's on. But the thing is, like you say, he puts a toll on his body. Yeah. Even in the warm-ups against the Browns this year, when he was getting hyped up and about to start fighting, he messed his shoulder up. Yeah. Remember, he didn't play against the Packers. His shoulder was jacked up. So, you know, he's not a great route runner. He's what Kadarius Toney wants to be. You know, a guy that can run the ball, catch the ball, sweeps, all types of stuff, you know. But that's why I say I'd rather pay Ayuk, because Ayuk can do everything as a receiver. That's true. And he's a great blocker. Debo kind of gets lazy on plays. Ayuk doesn't do that. So it's going to be one of those things where we're talking about this now. And I think I wrote on the Bottom Line Sports joint when Omar's Pops put up CeeDee Lamb's contract. I said, hey, the market constantly goes up each year. So 2 years from now or next year when Jamar Chase gets paid, who knows how much he's going to get, you know? And T. Higgins, he's gonna get some bread next year by somebody. I was hoping we traded for him, or you know, I wanted him, or be honest with you, if we were gonna trade Ayuk, I wanted to go Amari Cooper in those picks from the Browns, because I thought that'd been amazing. I think he'd be a good addition to us.
Yeah, a good route runner with Purdy's precision. That'd have been a good little relationship. Hey man, I'm not gonna hold you, Cover D, man. This has been fantastic. I've always enjoyed talking sports with you, whether it's football, whether it's combat. Always have a great time with you, my brother. Again, before we get up out of here, let the people know where they can find you and all your great content. Go ahead.
Like I said, let me go to my TikTok right now, because some of y'all's bombs be hitting me up. You know, they be like Clubber. They be calling me Dion instead. I'm like, hey, how do you know my name like that? But it'd be one of those things. But I put like this: you can catch Ball and Buds on Instagram. I don't know if Omar has the Facebook page, but you can catch me on TikTok at clubber.d. That's 2 B's and clubber.d. And I'm on TikTok. I'm doing dances and stuff like that with some of y'all's moms. It's fun. So I appreciate you having me on, Wildcard Mar. You know, you didn't beat me too bad with the Chief stuff, because I know you could have, but that's what type of stand-up man you are. You know what I'm saying? That's my guy over there.
Now, if we was on my Wildcard Chief podcast, I'd give you the opinion. But
I'll accept it.
I.O.W. So I'll leave it alone. Matter of fact, in a few more weeks, I think week 7, Chiefs go to San Francisco. We'll replay this. We'll run this back, and then it'll be more on the Chiefs platform. So then that's when I'm gonna rub it in just a little bit more.
I hope we are both undefeated. I hope we are both undefeated at that time.
That will be
if we win, that will be our Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, that'll be a dope game.
That's the highest of the high we'll get is beating Patrick Mahomes because he is the GOAT. I can't, I concede.
No debate. You definitely won't get no debate from me. But I know what it is. Going over all the social media down there for I.O.W Sports Network, right there at the tip of my fingers. You want to chop up with me personally, KC Walkarmar on the Twitter. Again, go follow Clubber D, him and Omar. Those my bros, man. Love what they do. Always be dope, dropping dope content, ball and blood, sport and entertainment. Y'all make sure y'all show them some love. Show us some love. And with all that being said, man, on behalf of my brother Clubber D, I'm Walkarmar. We up out of here. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. We'll see you till